Hello, everybody. This is Sri from BizBuzz. What matters the most in your business? Sponsored by my work belt. Back to you with Craig again. Craig Andrews is my friend and a great entrepreneur and a mastermind in marketing and business growth. He's from Allies for Me. Craig, how are you doing?
Sri, I'm doing wonderfully. It's great to be connecting again. We probably should have hit record 10 minutes ago, but that's the way it is.
Is it not that always happens to us? So today we are talking about how best you can use Facebook for generating B2B leads. Most of the time, people are talking about using Facebook for a B2C leads, but there is an incredible opportunity for B2B leads in Facebook. And I know, Craig, you have a magic wand in that space, and I wanted you to share that experience and learning for the rest of the community. Are you open to it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And what I would say is for your B2C listeners, the principles I'm talking about, guess what? They apply for B2C as well. So
That's awesome.
it doesn't matter if you're B2B or B2C, these principles on how to run a campaign in Facebook works amazingly well. And the results that we get, people don't believe until they
Yeah,
actually see the numbers.
right. So, what is the principle here? What is the fundamental for this Facebook uh, lead generation process? There are gazillion people talk about it. There are so many people are out there. They talk about Facebook. But let's simplify it. What do you got?
Well, the first thing that we have to do is we have to think about the context that people are showing up on Facebook. And so
Okay.
if you think about your Facebook feed, a little ad comes up, hey, here's my awesome service. Hey, book flights to Cancun. Here, do this, do that. And they're basically screaming at you, buy my stuff.
Hmm.
The context that people go to Facebook for is they go to Facebook to read stories about people. If your ads, whether B2B or B2C, are not stories about people, you are missing out massively. The
I see
key,
that.
yeah, the key is you have to structure your ads to be stories about people. The next thing is when you're doing that, you need to write in the same way that somebody that's posting about their family vacation would post. They
Hmm.
don't post with, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. They don't use the word you. They
Right,
use
right.
they talk about here's what I did, here's what which normally
Yes.
that's a little bit counterintuitive from a marketing standpoint. But again, you have to think about the context. You're telling stories
Mhm.
about people. And if and the idea is to get them hooked into your story before they really realize they're reading an ad.
That's right.
And so it's not actually about driving the click, it's about engaging the reader. It's about engaging that person. And
See,
so,
I have seen one of the local papers do that in my area. So it's a local paper. When you look at the one of the boxed items you see on the paper, they simply write the story of that business. They're really not promoting that, hey, we are doing the duct cleaning service. Can you please come call us and we will clean your duct? No, they are writing purely about how the duct cleaning service started, who is the owner of it, and what is they doing, and how they are doing to help their customers remove their allergies and all that. It's purely a story about that business and how they're helping. Is that the same thing what you're talking about?
exactly, exactly. Now, there's a little more meat on the bones that we could never cover during this,
Right.
but let me cover just a few points at a high level.
Hmm.
So, the first thing is our Facebook ads are what we call long form Facebook ads.
See.
Right now, our average ad is about 500 words.
Right.
It used to be about 900 words until Facebook changed the algorithm a little bit.
Hmm.
But people don't believe that people will read 500 words on mobile. We make
Mm.
that happen every single day.
Oh, that's
And
impressive.
so that's the first thing. And years ago, I remember seeing somebody had a graph of video view time, number of listeners per video
Mhm.
length. And typically you'd see about you lose, one 2/3 of your viewers in the first 30 seconds. And what people said was, well, therefore you should never make a video longer than 30
More than
seconds.
30 seconds. That's why new reels are all so popular.
Right. Well, you know what we call the people who watch longer than 30 seconds, the people who watch for 2 or 3 minutes? You know what we call those people? Customers.
Makes sense. That is
So
makes sense, right?
So it's the same concept with the Facebook, long form Facebook ads.
I
Somebody
see.
reads all the way to the end of the ad where we put the link. We don't make it easy for them to click on the link. We put the link all the way at the end of those 500 words. And what we're doing is we're looking for people who are resonating with the story, and it's a way of pre-qualifying them before they come in. And
No, there is a great value to that concept. Yeah.
yeah, so here's the other thing it does. If you buy an audience of 1 million people on Facebook, you never get access to that full million. Facebook decides, you know what, out of this million, we're going to give them access to 50,000 or 100,000 people, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you can steer where Facebook points that by the way you write your ads. So when Facebook notices somebody engaging deeply on your ad, reading the whole ad, and they do
Mm-hmm.
measure that,
Mm-hmm.
they say, okay, we're going to show this ad to more people like that. And so it's a
True.
way for us to steer Facebook's algorithm to show it to our ideal clients.
At the end of the day, that is what actually makes money for them. So there is
Yes,
an incentive for Facebook to show that story to more people, opposed to restricting them to see by a small number of people.
right. They want to show it to the people who will resonate with that story. So they look for the common traits.
Right.
And so we do that. And there's one other thing, and that is, again, pretty much if you're running Facebook ads, overwhelmingly they're being viewed on mobile. Very, very small percentage of people look at their Facebook feed on desktop. I'm one of those weird people that looks at it on desktop, but I'm the minority. Most people look on mobile.
Right.
And, and so there, when you have this long ad, you've probably seen this where you see they start writing and then it says more, dot, dot, dot.
Yep. Three dot. Yes.
Yep. So the first thing that we're trying to do is in those first 3 lines, and that's what's displayed on mobile is 3 lines. We're trying to call out specific attributes of our target audience, something called a common bond, which is
Mm-hmm.
basically the audience. Here's who we're talking to. The second thing we try to call out is the pain that they feel. The
Mm-hmm.
third thing we try to call out is the challenge that they're trying to overcome. And then the fourth thing we try to call out is the benefit that they want to receive from overcoming this challenge and eliminating this pain. And so by doing that, that's the first thing we do to steer Facebook's algorithm. We don't want non-ideal clients clicking more. We only want people to click more because that's the first thing that Facebook measures. And so,
See that
so
story you are creating and you're building that suspense for them to click more, but you're also qualifying within that 4 sentences, 3, 4 sentences. Now, who click that more button are first qualification completed, and then when they read the story completely, to go to the bottom of the story to click on the link. That is where you are fully qualifying them. Is that a right understanding here?
yes, yeah. So let's jump forward to results. And we were talking about this. So
Yes.
I was just looking at some numbers this morning. We have a client that does a high-end service, a B2B service. Their service is tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
And for the month, and I can't give the precise numbers on air, but what I can tell you is over the month of October, we acquired a ton of leads, a lot of leads, B2B leads for a high ticket service for an average cost per lead of $12.91.
For a high ticket lead, $12.91 is not really cost at all.
Yeah, it's most people getting leads in that space are used to spending hundreds of dollars. And then of those leads, 10% in a short time frame booked a call. So of those
That's
leads,
actually a lot.
right. And so we're booking calls for, a little over, about $100, $120 per call booked, but that's short term. We still have these leads. Now, you do any type of lead gen, you do 10% of the leads are going to be junk. That's just the way it is. So just accept that as a cost of doing business. But what we're finding is because we're pre-qualifying these people with the ad copy, 10% are ready to book a call right away.
Uh-huh.
The other 80% aren't junk. They're just not ready to book a call. And so we just have to nurture them until they are ready to book a call.
Right. That's so if I take this into a summarization here, so Facebook has an incredible opportunity for generating B2B leads. And that can be a lot more cost effective if you apply the principles of writing the story. And the
Yes.
story can be written that should have a very strategic and very emotional hook to it to begin with. It's in that 3-4 sentences, and that enables and encourages the reader to click more on it. And once they click more on it, they are getting more and more hooked into the story. And at the end of the story, you give them a link where they can go and seek your services and ask for your services.
Yes.
So, did I summarize it right?
Oh, no, that's spot on. That's spot on. And let me just kind of throw this out before we wrap. For the same reason that most of your ideal clients have a television,
Yes.
most of your ideal clients have a Facebook account.
Indeed.
Now they're hopefully not using it during work hours, but
Yes.
after work hours, they're looking at their Facebook account. So your ideal client is on Facebook. You can
Not
find them.
during the work hours.
Yeah, you can find them there. You just have to find them there in the context that they're going to Facebook.
That is very important. Thank you very much, Craig. That is actually a very powerful concept. And I know all the people who are making Facebook ads, they just simply add and provide an ad talking about their benefits. And then they simply say, click here, click there. Call to action is a screaming out loud in the ears of the audience. And they don't even want to go there, and they just simply swipe and move on to the next one.
Yeah.
And this is actually helping people to really connect with their customers and customer community. Thank you very much, Craig. That is a great summarization and great tip for the small businesses who can reap the rewards of these concepts. I hope the audience who are already listening to this will take advantage of this. And if there is any questions or any further information needed, call us on myworkbelt.com or Craig at aliveforme.com. And for next episode, I wish you good luck. Until next episode. Thank you very much.